Well, hi, boys and girls. Ms. Valponi here, and we're going to be talking about our math lesson 8.5. So if you're up early in the morning, you might see this video before our 10 o'clock meeting. So let's get started. I'm going to start by sharing the screen with you. We're going to see what Jessie Bear is up to, first of all. See if we can get that. There we go. Okay, so here we go.
How can drawing a diagram help when solving problems about length?
Okay, so we're going to learn about drawing a diagram today to help us solve problems about length. Hi, Jessie Bear.
Hi. Ooh, there's a nice wind today. It's perfect weather for flying a kite.
I see the kite, Jessie Bear. Boys and girls.
I saw a girl flying one near the bridge, but the kite became tangled. Oh, the tail broke.
Darn. That happens a lot, Jessie Bear.
I know the tail started out 23 inches long, then 7 inches broke off when it got tangled. How can I find the length of the tail now? I think we can draw a diagram, but I'm not sure how. Let's find out. Come on.
Does that sound like an addition problem or a subtraction problem? When something gets broken off, it kind of means it's going away. So addition or subtraction? Well, if you said subtraction, you are right.
There's a paperclip chain that's 14 inches long. Aaliyah removes 8 inches of paper clips from the chain. How long is the paperclip chain now? Let's unlock this problem.
So we want to look at what we're trying to find out, how long it is now.
What do you need to find? How long the paperclip chain is now? What information do you need to use? The chain is 14 inches long. 8 inches of paper clips are removed from the chain. Let's see how to solve the problem. We can use a number line to make a model that shows the length of the paperclip chain at the start of the problem. To show the length of the chain, start the model at 0. Each space on the number line stands for 1 inch of chain. The model will end at 14 because the paperclip chain is 14 inches long at the start of the problem. Click the number line to see the model. Now let's model how many inches of paper clips were removed from the chain. This model will start at 14, where the green mark ends. The model will be 8 spaces long to show that 8 inches of the chain are being taken away. The model for 8 inches has an arrow that points to the left to show that 8 inches of the chain are removed. Let's write a number sentence to show what's happening in the model. The model shows 14 minus 8 is equal to some number. The box is a placeholder for the missing number. You can solve the problem by completing the number sentence. You can use the model to solve the problem. The blue model shows that 8 is taken away.
I wonder what 14 minus 8 is. I think that's what it is.
Now the model for the paperclip chain goes from 0 to 6. It is 6 spaces long. That means the paperclip chain is 6 inches long now. The problem is solved. 14 minus 8 is equal to 6. The missing number is 6. 6 inches is the length of the paperclip chain now.
Okay. Oops, time for us to go to the next page.
Carmen has a string 15 inches long and a string 7 inches long. How many inches of string does she have? You need to find how many inches of string Carmen has. You can use the number line to make a model of the problem. Carmen has a string 15 inches long. Here's a model for the length on the number line. The model goes from 0 to 15. Carmen also has a string 7 inches long. The model for this length is 7 spaces long. It starts at 15 to show that the lengths of string are added. Click to see a number sentence that shows what's happening in the model.
Do you think this is going to be addition or subtraction? You are correct. It is going to be addition. Her string is getting longer. She's adding.
15 plus 7 is equal to some number. What's the missing number in the number sentence? Select the correct answer.
Now, where did we end up when we started at 15 and we added 7 more? You are correct. 22.
That's right. 15 plus 7 is equal to 22. So Carmen has 22 inches of string. Now let's practice with the personal math. Now try your homework on your own.
Yeah. And Jessie Bear's going to say goodbye to us. Bye, Jessie Bear.
Thanks for helping me find the length of the kite's tail. We'll see you soon.
All right. Okay, now it's time for me to share a different screen with you. Let's go to, let's see which one I'm going to show you. This one, this one. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're going to look at our math paper, and let's see if I can, oh, that was your first page right there. Okay, so you should have your math paper, your 8.5 little math packet, and you can see our problem solving, add and subtract in inches up at the top with our essential question: how can drawing a diagram help when solving problems about length? So we're going to look at our problems and see if we can do this quickly, sort of. Okay, so here's our problem. There is a paper clip chain that is 16 inches long. Now, we had a problem sort of like that in the Jessie Bear video, but not quite the same numbers. This one starts at 16 inches, and Aaliyah removes 9 inches of paper clips from the chain. So how long is the paper clip chain now? Now, I see the word removes, and that's a key word when we're talking about a math problem, because removing something is like taking it away. It means subtracting. So this looks like it's going to be a subtraction problem. So our first question is, what do we need to find? So we need to find how long the paper clip chain is now. So we need to underline that because that's really important. And then what information do I need to use? Well, I see that we know a couple things about this problem. The chain is how many inches long to start with? Yes, the paperclip chain is 16 inches long to start with. So we want to put a 16 right here. And then this means how many inches of paper clips are removed and taken away. Let's see, Aaliyah removes. So we want to underline that important information, that Aaliyah removes 9 inches of paper clips. So we put a 9 there. So this is definitely a subtraction problem. When you have a subtraction problem, you always start at the total. Then the total that she started with was 16. And she is subtracting. She's subtracting 9. So we draw a line with an arrow, just like they did in the video, and that's where it stops. The line goes backwards. We draw an arrow because the line is going that way. Hopefully my finger's going the right way, but that's the subtraction goes that way and adding goes that way. So, and here we're going to write a number sentence. So how many did we start with? Yes, we started with 16. And how many did we remove or take away? Yes, we took away 9. So we put a 9 there. And what number does this end on? So that equals, we'll put a little box there. So that equals, oh, that's a terrible box. You guys are going to be much better than I am. 7, you are correct. That is 7. Okay, so that's our first page. And now we're going to go to our second page. Let's see if I can find that here. And that one is about Carmen. Okay, so our problem is, well, our instructions first, draw a diagram. And the diagram's already drawn for us. It's the number line. And write a number sentence using a box for the missing number. Okay, so number 1, Carmen has a string that is 13 inches long. And, oh, and is like that's a word for addition. So Carmen has a string that is 13 inches long and a string that is 8 inches long. So how many inches of string does she have now? How many? So when you put two things together, sort of like all together, is that addition or subtraction? Yes, that's addition. We're adding things together. So it looks like Carmen has 2 strings that she's going to add together. So first of all, we want to make sure that we know what we need to find. So we underline the question. That tells us what we need to find. How many inches of string does she have? And the second thing we need to find is what information do we need to use? Well, we have 2 things. We start out with 13 inches. And I'm going to underline the word and because that gives me a clue that I need to add and 8 inches. Okay, so what we want to do is on our number line, mark where 13 inches is. We start at 0. So we start at 0 and we draw a nice straight line. Oh, I'm trying all the way to 13. There we go. And we can write 13 right here because that is 13. And we're going this way, so we could even draw a little arrow. And then we are adding how many inches to that? 8. That's right. So let's count 8. 1. And when we count, we don't start at the 13. We go to the next number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we end right there. It looks like we're ending on the 21. So we're going to draw another line with a little arrow, and we're going to put in 8. And so now we can see that we're adding 13 plus 8. So on our little line right here, let's write that. Let's write that number sentence. 13 plus 8 equals, well, I think we know what it equals, but we're going to put a little box because we like to have that little mystery box. You can color it in or put a question mark, but just don't put the mystery number in it yet, because down here we're going to put the mystery number. So Carmen has, after adding 13 plus 8, how many inches does she have? Yes, 21. So put a nice 21 right there. And then we go on to our problem about Eli. Okay, so Eli has a cube train that is 24 inches long. He removes 9 inches of cubes from the train. Do you see this word right there? Removes. Do you think that's addition or subtraction? You are right, it is subtraction, because when you're removing, you're taking away. So what do we need to find out? The question. So we underline the question. How long is Eli's cube train now? All those little cubes that he put together. So, and what information do we use to find that answer to the question? Well, we use that he has a train that's 24 inches long. And how many inches does he remove? Yes, that's right, boys and girls. He removes 9 inches. So that's how we're going to do this. Now, we're going to start at 24, or we could make one long line all the way to the 24 that says 24. Oh, my line is just not very straight. Okay, so this line is 24. But now we're going to go backwards with another line up here that's going to be 9. So we want to count back 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it looks like we're stopping right here on the 15. So we want to put a little line right there. Okay, so look at your paper and make sure that you can do that. And then draw this straight line over there, and then that's going to be an arrow going this way because we're going backwards. So we're going back 9 backwards. And that's the number that we land on. I always like to circle it just to make sure. And remember, when you count backwards, you don't count the number that you're starting on, you count the next number back. Okay, and so what's our number sentence going to be? Remember, we need to start with the big number that we started at, 24. And then, oh, that's just a terrible too. Okay, 24 minus, how many inches did Eli remove? Yes, 9. And that we'll put equals the little mystery box. And so now Eli's train, 24 minus 9, is how many inches long? That is correct. It is 15, because 24 minus 9 is 15. We could check our answer whenever we have a subtraction problem. If we add 15 plus 9, it should equal 24. So you just go backwards. 15 plus 9 equals 24. Okay, so we're ready to move on to the next one. Okay, on our next problem, draw a diagram and write a number sentence using a box for the missing number. Same thing that we've been doing. And this is about Lee. So Lee has a paper strip chain that is 25 inches long. He unhooks 13 inches from the chain. Unhooks. These verbs give us clues about whether or not we're going to subtract or add, what we're going to do. But he unhooks 13 inches from the chain. How long is Lee's paper chain now? Okay, so what do we need to find out? How long Lee's paper strip chain is now. So have you ever made a little paper strip chain? It's where you cut little strips of paper and then you loop them together and then you make another loop. So you have all these little papers looped together. It might be a good project for you to do while you're off with nothing to do, and you can put them up on the ceiling and all around your room, and decorate your house. My granddaughter did it. at Christmas, and she put white chains all over, and it was really pretty. So you can do whatever you want. But Lee's, let's get back to Lee. Okay, he started, the information that we're going to use is what he started with, 25 inches long. And he unhooks how many inches? Yes, 13. So this time, I think I'm just going to start at 25. And I'm going to count back. I'll just circle that 25 because I'm starting right there, and I'm going to count back 13. Now I could just count back 10 to begin with. So what is 25 minus 10? That's right, 15. Okay, but it's 13, so I need 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And so what number are we ending on? That's right, 12. So 25, and I'm going to draw my line all the way down to the 12. Make it a little arrow so I'm showing that I'm going backwards, and put a 13 up here. So I know that I moved 13 spaces back. So if I start on 25 minus 13, there's our mystery number. But let's write our sentence. We write what we started with, the total number of links that he had in his chain. How many strips? And then he took off 13, and he ended with 12. Oh, no, we got to put our little box. Oops, mystery box. And Lee's paper strip chain is 12 inches long now. Okay, and now we have math on the spot. So Sue has 2 ribbons that have the same length. 2 ribbons with the same length. That's almost like my 2 fingers that are the same length. But she has ribbons. And she has 18 inches of ribbon in all. So how long is each ribbon? Ooh, let's see. I don't think my fingers would equal 18 inches, but my fingers probably equal about 6 or 8 inches altogether. So each finger would be like 3 and 3, or 4 and 4. But equal means it's going to be the same number. So we have to think about doubles. Maybe like what 2 numbers that are doubles that are equal to each other put together make 18. Well, let me share math on the spot video with you, and we'll see how looks like it's going to be Jeannie and Professor Rena. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh. Where's my... We're gonna have to get some sound here.
Oh, a cue card. This can only mean one thing. The Quizler is here! Hi, Quizler. I knew it'd be you.
Whoops. Okay, here we go.
Jeannie, where are you? Oh, a cue card. This can only mean one thing. The Quizler is here! Hi, Quizler. I knew it'd be you. I'm back with yet another fiendish math puzzle. You'll never get this one. We'll see about that. Let's take a look at the problem. Sue has 2 ribbons that have the same length. She has 18 inches of ribbon in all. How long is each ribbon? Okay. Fizzle it if you dare. Fizzle it. Love it. Okay. Woohoo. Here have a number line. This diagram is going to help us figure out the answer to this problem. We know that Sue has two ribbons that they have the same length, okay, same length. So altogether, she has 18 inches of ribbon. That would be this much, okay? So what we want to do is figure out the size of each of the two ribbons so that the sum of their lengths is 18. Good luck. Okay, and you can see this number sentence right here. This number plus the same number, they have the same length. That sum should be 18. So we have to figure out what goes in the boxes. Okay, so I'm just going to pick a number because I don't know the answer yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the number 4. Let's suppose one of the two ribbons has a length of 4 inches. Okay, so now we know that each of the ribbons have the same length. So here's 4 inches. I'll write it 4 inches.
Do you think she's going to be right? I don't know.
4 inches. So since Sue's ribbons are the same length, that means the other ribbon will also be 4 inches long. Now take a look. Let's see. I draw this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Aha. So from here to here would be another 4 inches. Now, what does this demonstrate? We know a doubles fact, right? 4 inches and 4 inches add to be 8 inches, right? 4 plus 4 equals 8. This is a doubles fact that we know. Now, what we want is for the lengths of the ribbons to add to be 18, not 8. We want it to equal 18. So we need to choose a number larger than 4 for the lengths of the ribbons. Okay, so let's go.
Puzzle, eh?
Tricky. Okay, so let's choose, I don't know, a number greater than 4. How about 6? Okay, so suppose one ribbon was 6 inches long. That means the
Do you think she's going to be right this time? I don't know. 6 plus 6. I don't know if that equals 18.
other ribbon has to be 6 inches long as well. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that brings us all the way to 12. So 6 inches plus 6 inches is 12 inches. That's a doubles fact we know too, right? Isn't that 6 plus 6 equals 12? Yes? You're not going to give me any hints, are ya? That's
My
okay.
lips are sealed.
It is true that 6 plus 6 is 12. Okay, did we get what we wanted?
Mm.
No. We got 12, but what we want is 18. Okay, now, can you think of a doubles fact that adds to be 18? In other words, some number plus the same number is 18.
What do you think, you guys? 2 numbers, but they have to be the same number. Remember, equal 18. It's a doubles fact.
Do you know?
I
Did
know.
you think of a doubles fact
Yes.
whose sum is 18?
Mhm.
Yes, 9 plus 9 is 18. I think we found our answer. I think we have, Quizler. Let's take a look on the diagram. 9 inches long. Okay, so here's the first ribbon, 9 inches. Now the second ribbon will also be 9 inches long. I'm going to have to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it ended up at 18, didn't it? So this would be 9 inches. And you can see that 9 plus 9 is 18.
Yeah.
9 plus 9 is 18. So have we answered the question? The question is, how long is each ribbon? We know each ribbon is 9 inches long.
Foiled again. But you know what? That was fun.
Fun?
Yeah, you know, I've been thinking maybe it's time I gave up this whole math villain thing.
Really? Really?
Yeah, children learn and play with puppies and skip and sing.
That's a lovely idea.
Yeah, it is. You know, but then again, I do have this super hip outfit on, and I look really good in this here mask. You know what? Forget it. The Quizler is here to stay. I will return soon.
Okay, Quizler. Have fun with math, everybody.
All right, we are going to have fun with math. And now we're going to look at our very last page. If I can find it on here to share. Maybe not. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, so we started on that page and we did that page. And, oh, wait, no, this is not the one that I want to share. I want to go back to this one. Okay, so right where we were. So let's see if we can do that on our paper. If you had your paper in front of you, you might have been following along with Professor Rena and Jeannie the puppet. So Sue has two ribbons that have the same length. She has 18 inches all together, so all the way to 18. And so we came up with a doubles fact that was 9 plus 9. So starting at 0, and then we went all the way to 9. So that was 9, and then counted another 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's our next 9, and that equals 18. So her two ribbons were 9 inches each. So we want to write the math fact here. 9 plus 9 equals 18. So each ribbon was how long? Each ribbon? That's right, 9 inches. Okay, so now the next page that you're going to be working on, it's actually our mid-chapter checkpoint. So this is usually one that we do as a test in the classroom, and for everything that we've had so far. So we won't really do this one together. We're just going to let you guys do it on your own. And if you have an adult or an older brother or sister that could help you correct it, if you can do this page on your own, and let us know tomorrow or later on how you did. That will be great. If you could even take a picture of it with your phone and put it on Google Classroom, we can look at it and give you a grade that way. We're not really worried too much about grades since we're not in school. The most important thing is that all of you get an opportunity to learn as much as you can. We don't want you to stress out about not doing enough work or not keeping up, but we just want you to be able to try and have that opportunity to learn. That's what we care about the most. So that will be our 8.5 math, and thank you very much for joining me on this math adventure. Okay, see you soon. Bye-bye.